Alright everybody, welcome to the 4th episode of the 32 team Madden brackets. And because you've already done 3 of these, first of all, go check out those 3, they're a lot of fun. They have crazy expectations, and they're in the playlist called 32 team bracket. Make sure you watch all those. You don't have to watch them in a certain order, but onto this one. Now because you've already done 4 of these, I want to make it, fresh. I don't want to make it too stale, I want to do something different. So there's something I did change on this 4th one. I had a little bit of twist to it. It's nothing too crazy. The only thing I did was taking away the conferences. So there's no longer an AFC and an NFC. Instead, every team has a seeding from 1st to 32nd, the amount of teams there are in the NFL. So that means that NFC and AFC teams can play on the same side of the bracket, which also means there could be 2 NFC teams or 2 AFC teams in the Super Bowl. So with that being said, this bracket's completely different than any other one we've seen so far. So let me pull the bracket right now, and here it is. Let's go through the matchups. I won't say the seeding, I'll just go through the teams. Ravens Bengals, Steelers Falcons, Texans Jaguars, Bills Cardinals, Niners Giants, Titans Jets, Eagles Raiders, Chiefs Dolphins, Packers Redskins, Cowboys Broncos, Vikings Browns, Seahawks Panthers, Saints Lions, Bears Colts, Rams Bucks, and the Patriots and Chargers. As always, make your predictions in the final 4 and make your predictions on who's going to win it all. And other than that, let's go right into our first game versus the Ravens and Bengals. Okay, so the Ravens just kicked a field goal to take even bigger lead. I think it's now 34-21 as the Baltimore Ravens will move past. There's still no upsets. Of course, one game in, the number 1 Ravens are moving on. Okay, it is the number 17 Falcons versus the number 16 Steelers. The Steelers at home throw it to Juju's open. He's going to get 10 to 15 yards after the 30. Timeout has been called by the Falcons. We're tied at 17. So we have 1:14 left now as it's tied at 17. Juju gets open for 15 yards. And I gave the Falcons some nice black unis, which I don't really know why they switched unis. I think they were fine, the uniforms they had. They should have worn these, but... Falcons lining up for the 30. The Steelers run it through everything, and James Conner gets loose. James Conner breaks out a tackle, goes for the touchdown for the Steelers, up 24-17 over the all-black Falcons. And it is time for the Falcons to make a move with 1 and 7 seconds left on the clock. Okay, repeat down from Matt Ryan and the all-black Falcons. From the 20-yard line is where he stands. Another fake handoff. Gets a block from Freeman. Runs out of the pocket. It gets taken down by TJ Watt. Timeout is called. It's now 3rd down and 16 with 51 seconds left. Steelers are going all at Matt Ryan right now. Okay, a big play for the Atlanta Falcons, down by 7. Really far back into their own territory. Matt Ryan scans the field, delivers a dot, and it is Julio Jones coming down with it. Not Julio Jones, but what a catch in traffic over 2 receivers. That is what he does best. He's keeping the Atlanta Falcons on the field right now for a chance to go to overtime. Oh my goodness, what a grab. That was a... Whew. I don't know, can down that. No timeout called. No huddle, what I meant to say. 25 seconds left now. Matt Ryan looking for another pass now. Julio Jones is out there somewhere. Scrambles out. Backs up. Get taken down again. They take their final timeout. 2nd and 19. 18 seconds left. Okay, at this point, the Falcons are just going to throw it deep with no timeouts. If they take another sack, or most importantly, if Matt Ryan takes another sack, and that's game over. He'll get the protection he needs, but will he get the pass complete? Flag is called. Let's see what this could be big. This one's going to be a pass interference, and I believe that one is against the defense, which means the Falcons are all the way up into the Pittsburgh Steelers zone, probably around the 20-yard line, as that was a big crucial play, as the Falcons now have a chance to send it to overtime with 11 seconds. Alright, here we go. Backs up. Gets the protection he needs. Extra blocker. Julio Jones is short. He's not going to get it. He's a yard short. The Steelers will win 24-17. And a crazy game as the Steelers will move on to play their division rival, the Ravens. Big game for both teams. Sadly, the Falcons go out like this. But what a game we have seen in the 2nd game of this bracket so far. We're moving on to the next one. And the Jaguars will not stand a chance against their division rivals, the Texans, as Deshaun Watson, with 5 touchdowns in the day with 340 yards reception, will win this one by a score, I believe, of 35-21. It is 35-23. On to our next game versus the Bills and Cardinals. And we have our first major upset of the bracket, as I believe the number 26 Cardinals take down the number 8 Bills. By the score of this game, not even close to the Bills to come back at the end. A score of 31-14. The number 26 Cardinals shows who's boss in the first round and is moving on for the second round. No doubt about it, the Giants could not keep track of the Niners, winning this one 30-19. Daniel Jones and New York Giants will fall in the first round as the number 4 49ers. Yes, they are number 4. These are off the NFL website, so these are correct. Are moving on to the second round. Here we go. And the Jets wearing all black did not stand a chance here in Nashville as the Tennessee Titans, Kevin Byrd with 2 tackles, 1 sack, 1 touchdown, and 1 pick, good stat line for him, have won this game with a score of 34-20. So just like that, Titans are moving on to play the 49ers. On to our next game. And there is only 22 seconds left on the clock as Derek Carr and the Raiders need a touchdown to win this game. He throws a completion. It's inbounds, though. I think they'll have one chance to get up and take a spike at it. 10 seconds, not a spike. Take a shot at it. And I don't think they will. I think the Eagles win this game 26-20 in Philadelphia. And the Eagles will move on to play, I don't even know. Eagles win 26-20. Next game. And Patrick Mahomes with the Chiefs gets 450 yards and 6 touchdowns over the Dolphins, just like a college football game. Final score 44-17. That is the end of the left side of the bracket. On to the right side of the bracket. Packers versus Redskins. Chiefs will move on to play the Eagles. Let's go. And this one got awful close as the Redskins barely lose to the Packers at Lambeau 2. Once again, the Packers always seem to struggle in this. 24-21 was the final score, as the Green Bay Packers are moving on to the second round as the first team to advance on the right side of the bracket. On to the next game now. 3, 2, 1. And the Cowboys will escape this one with a win at AT&T Stadium. 31-24 with the final score as Dak Prescott takes the final knee of the game to take down the time of the fourth quarter. The Cowboys will move on to play the Green Bay Packers. On to the next game. And I don't know how you lose so bad at home, but Minnesota seems to do it anyways, as Baker Mayfield with 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, beat the Minnesota Vikings 41-17 on the road. So the Browns are moving on to the second round just like that. Let's go. And we have another upset here as the Seahawks lose in the first round, and the Panthers are moving on. Christian McCaffrey probably did most of the work. 109 yards, 1 touchdowns. I don't know why. I can't find any close games right now. Every single game I'm going through is a game that just comes to an end with a score gap. This one came close, however, the Panthers needed down in the end, 41-35, and we're on to our next game. Well, I just missed it. The Lions just threw a pick. This was the closest we could get to another close game, as the Saints, pretty expected, are going to win this game 24-17. They'll take a knee, take a field goal, not too sure. We're on to the next game. Let's go. Finally, we have a game worth watching, and also finally, Andrew Luck is not playing in it. Jacoby is in for the Colts. We're tied at 24 with a little under a minute left. Around the 40-yard line, handoff, go up to the middle. It's around 5 or 6 yards. 3 timeouts left for the Colts as they're going to take down this clock and most likely take a game-winning field goal. Okay, I did not realize it was actually third down when that happened, so it's now a 4th and 5, so the field goal for the Colts will give the Bears a little bit of time, and I mean a little, probably about like 5 seconds. Kick is up. Will it be good? It will be 27-24 with 9 seconds left for the Bears to try to do something. Other than that, the Colts have the lead. Okay, there's only one play left now, considering they got a kickoff return up to the 40-yard line as Mitch Trubisky backs up. Final play of the game, 27-24. Sends a rocket deep into a pile, and it is knocked down to the ground as the Colts will win this one 27-24. On to our next. Okay, there's a minute and 30 seconds left on the clock as the Ravens are up 20-13 over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And matter of fact, they're wearing their old classic jerseys, which they are getting back this year. 2013 in, Jameis Winston is playing for the Buccaneers still because this is outdated. And they have about 40 yards to go for a touchdown as they take a run. A few yards in. Timeout should probably be called up next. 3rd down and 9. Okay, matter of fact, the Buccaneers go no huddle. Jameis Winston snaps this one fast. Scrambles out. Here comes Aaron Donald. He gets it out. It's a no, it's dropped last second by Godwin. I was super surprised he actually got that out, but 4th down and 9, which means the Buccaneers will need to go for this one and need to make it for a chance to stay in this game. Here it comes, the 4th down and 9. around the 40-yard line. Jameis Winston, 1 minute, and it is picked off. Who is it? I don't know. I think it's Jalen Ramsey going all the way for a pick six. It is Jalen Ramsey. The Rams will win this one, 27-13. The interception by Jameis Winston, no surprise there, leads to a touchdown for the Rams, as the Rams are going to come away with this win here in LA. And we're moving on to our final game in the first round. Let's go. And the final game in the first round ends with the Patriots winning over the Chargers. Tom Brady's final games as a Patriot in my simulations. 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 80% completion rate on the dot. Tom Brady and the Patriots will beat the Chargers with a score of 37-23. And with that being said, we are finished with the first round. So let's take a look at our matchups. Our matchups going into the Sweet 16. We'll start on the left side. The Ravens versus the Steelers. The Texans versus the Cardinals. Niners versus Titans. Eagles versus Chiefs. And then on the right side, Packers versus Cowboys. Browns versus Panthers. Saints versus Colts. And Rams versus Patriots. Let's start with our first matchup. The Ravens versus the Steelers. And we have our first upset going into the second round as the division rival Steelers knock out the Ravens. The number 16 overall seed is going to end this game in a punt, and it is impossible for Ravens to come back, as the Ravens will fall in the second round. Steelers are moving on to the Elite Eight. Let's continue. Okay, we leave NRG Stadium with a really one-sided affair. Deshaun Watson, the Texans, 322 yards and 2 touchdowns for Deshaun Watson himself, will win this game. I believe 38-17 is the final score. So the Texans are moving on to play the Steelers in the Elite Eight. 2 more matchups in the left side of the bracket, then we'll get to the right side. Let's go. And I have no clue what happened here, but the Tennessee Titans beat the 49ers with a score of 34-13, as the 49ers fall pretty early for them, I would say, as the Titans are going to move on to the Elite Eight. Our final matchup, the Eagles versus the Chiefs in the Elite Eight on the left side, and then we'll go to the right side. Crazy upset so far. And this bracket is just getting crazier as we have another upset. I know the Eagles are not a bad team, but the Chiefs were destined to go far, as I believe it's the number 3 Chiefs. I'm not too sure. They're up there, though. Get knocked out to the Eagles at the score of 24-16, and the Eagles are moving on to play the Titans. So currently, on the left side, I believe we have the Steelers versus Texans and the Titans versus Eagles. So now to the right side of the brackets. Okay, so the Cowboys just scored a touchdown. It's 31-27 with only 22 seconds left. Is that enough for Aaron Rodgers to do some work? They'll get a good kick, or actually, no, bad kick for the Cowboys, but a good return as they get up to the 30-yard line. And now it is time for Aaron Rodgers to come out with 18 seconds left. Can he do anything? Needing a touchdown. Let's see right now. Okay, Aaron Rodgers, repeat down, second down and 10 with only 10 seconds left. It's probably the last play, or the second to last play. Aaron Rodgers, 5 seconds left. Airs it deep into a pile. It's picked off, and the Cowboys will win this game in Lambeau. Packers, the number 2 seed, will get upsetted. Cowboys are moving on. And just like that, Cowboys win. 31-27. Let's go. And we have a good game here. It's 31-27 in Cleveland as the Cleveland Browns are up by 4. Yes, Cam Newton is still in the Panthers on this. Down by 4. In his own territory still. Looks for a pass. It is a little over the head of his receiver. Still 31-27 with a little over a minute left now. Okay, so they're directly at midfield. That's where they're at. So they are out of their territory, but barely. Cam Newton, now under a minute, has time. Looks to scramble out. Needs to get out of there and get sacked. He took way too long and deserves a sack, as there's no timeouts on the board for the Panthers, and time is going to have to tick for them. 3rd down and 15. 1 or 2 more plays left in them. Let's see if the Panthers can do anything. Okay, they go no huddle. They backed up a little bit, backed up about 5 yards. Cam Newton looks to scramble again. Flings it. 30 seconds left. It's up, and it's picked off on the ground on the ricochet, and the Browns are going to move on to the Elite Eight. Just like that, 31-27. And I believe the Browns will be playing the Cowboys. Okay, moving on to the next game. Okay, our final game of the Sweet 16, aka the rematch, I believe, of Super Bowl 53, was it? Yeah. The Patriots will win this one in a low-scoring affair, 16-12, and they'll take the knee in. This is a good time to take a look at our Elite 8 matchup. So, going into the Elite 8 on the left side, First matchup, Steelers versus Texans, and then the Titans versus the Eagles. And on the right side, we have the Cowboys versus the Browns, which I'm still questioning how that happened. And then a good matchup between the Saints and the Patriots. So let's start with the Steelers and Texans. We'll work our way down, and then we'll get to the final four. Let's go. And this game ends in a big upset. Not too sure why we're still seeing upsets here in the Elite Eight. But our first team to punch their ticket into the final four is Deshaun Watson. The Texans, Deshaun Watson with 260 yards and 4 touchdowns in the game. And the Texans will win 31-7. Moving on to our next game, which I believe is the Eagles versus Titans. Yes, on to that. Okay, it is 27-23 here in Nashville. The Eagles are down, but do have the ball for a game-winning drive. Of course, they cannot win the field goal. They need the touchdown. So here we go. Handoff. Gets about 5 yards or so. The time is ticking, and there's a timeout is called by the Eagles. They only have one timeout left. It's a 4th down and 11 with 1:30 left. We'll see what happens right after this. Okay, here comes the 4th down and 11 that we've been waiting for. Carson Wentz looks for a pass. It is complete! Who is? I think it's Nelson Aguilar who comes up with a catch. No, it's Alshon Jeffrey. I lied. Alshon Jeffrey with a grab in traffic over 2 defenders. Comes up clutch with the 1st down. And time is ticking, however. They need to make a move. How about that catch right there over Butler? Moss gang, no huddle. 1:12 on the clock now. Carson Wentz lining from the 45. He steps back to the 40. Looking for the pass. Heavily guarded on the offensive line. Short route. Gets 8 or 9 yards out of bounds. Time is still going, actually. Down under a minute. He was tackled in bounds, apparently. 2nd down and 2. Okay, here comes a big 3rd down for the Eagles offense. Carson Wentz takes a snap. Here comes a blitz. No one was there. He threw it into the ground. The blitz, I guess, pressured him. It's now 4th down and 2. Can the Eagles convert? We'll see. Alright, here comes the biggest play for the Eagles and the Titans defense. Only 2-yard difference for the 1st down. Carson Wentz. And he throws it off again. And the Titans will take over and will win this game with only a few knees. As the Titans are moving on to the final four to play the Texans in the championship or the semi-final. So I used to saying AFC championship, but it's not the case anymore. However, 2 AFC teams did make it. The Texans versus the Titans will be on one side. Now to the other side, we have the Browns versus Cowboys and the Saints versus Patriots. Who will meet in the semifinals on that side? Let's find out now. Let's go. Okay, so the Cowboys just threw a touchdown, which means they have won this game and are moving on to the... slow clap. Okay, they're moving on to the semifinals, I think. No. Yeah, the semifinals, and they'll play the winner of the Saints and the Patriots. The Browns missed the field goal. Well, anyways, they scored a touchdown anyways, it wouldn't matter. But the Cowboys win this game with a score, I believe, of, 44-38? High-scoring game. Cowboys win. Let's move on. Okay, we are tied at 24 in the battle between Brees and Brady. Drew Brees is probably going to have the final drive in this game with only a 1 minute left. 3rd down and 5. It's a big play for the Saints. And he lobs it up. It's too far, too much wind under it. And now it's a 4th down and 5 for the Saints, as they're going to need this completion. Maybe go for it. Let's see what the Saints do after this. Okay, the Saints decide to punt the ball to the Patriots to give Tom Brady 1 minute to work with. And the punt it's a bad punt. It goes out of bounds probably around the 25-yard line. So the Patriots have to drive a few yards with Tom Brady, 256 yards and 1 touchdown of the day, to maybe take a game-winning field goal or possibly a touchdown. Let's see if the Patriots offense can work their magic. Okay, 2nd down and 7 for the Patriots, as there's now 43 seconds left on the clock. No huddle, 3 timeouts for each team. Tom Brady, backed up far, looks for the pass. He delivers it. It's dropped last second. It's now 3rd down and 7 with only 30 seconds left on the clock. Okay, the big 3rd down for the Patriots. Tom Brady takes a low snap, hands the ball off. It's running for the 1st down. Did he get it? Michelle. Timeout's called by the Saints. I don't think he got it. He might be short. Saints might get this ball back. 4th down and 1. The Saints stop them with 27 seconds left. Booth review, however, coming in. Okay, the booth reviewed it, and it is now a 1st down and 10, which means the Patriots offense stays on the field for the final minute, more likely the final 30 seconds of the game. 1st down was complete. It was not 4th down and 1, which means the Patriots still have a shot to win this game. Tom Brady lines up far back to his own territory. Snaps ball. Looks for the pass. 4 rushers for the Saints. Complete to a slant. First down is barely timeout. Timeout Patriots. 2nd and inches. 22 seconds left. A lining up from around the 47-yard line. Back at the 40 for him. Throws a quick route. He's in field goal range. He's running all the way up to the 30. Timeout call by the Patriots. The Patriots are in range at a tie game under 20 seconds. And we're down to 2 seconds. Here comes the field goal for the win for the Patriots to punch their ticket into the Final Four. Snap. Kick. Up. It is. Straight down the middle. Good. The Patriots are moving on to the semifinals to play the not the Cleveland Browns, the Cowboys. Patriots versus Cowboys in the semifinals, as the Patriots are the last team to punch their ticket into the Final Four. So our 4 teams left on the left side: Texans versus Titans, and now Cowboys versus Patriots. I want to see your predictions down below. Then you guys get any close to these Final Four predictions? I doubt not. These are pretty crazy. We're down to our final 2 games before we hit the Super Bowl. Let's go to them. Okay, the Texans will need a miracle to win this game. They need a touchdown with 30 seconds left. Deshaun Watson scans the field. Short route. Out of bounds. That is probably a 2nd down and 9. Okay, Deshaun Watson backs up to around the 40-yard line. 28 seconds now. Backing up even further. Looks for the pass. Sends it deep. Is someone out there for it? It is! Caught! By Fuller! In the end zone! 55-yard touchdown. No way. The Texans take a lead with a Lob City effect from Deshaun Watson. Fuller burns his defender and gets in for the touchdown. An athletic grab over the Titans. Texans have the lead. No way. Okay, there's 1 second left for the Titans offense. They are around the 45-yard line. This is it for the game. Who will win this? Titans. Ryan Tannehill lobs it up into a pile. Knocking down. And the Texans are moving on to the Super Bowl after the clutch touchdown from Watson to Fuller with about 30 seconds left. What looked like the Titans were going to win, the Texans took control. And the Texans are moving on to the 4th ever 32-team Super Bowl. They will play the winner of the Cowboys and Patriots. On to our final semifinal game. Let's go. It is 24-21. The only chance the Cowboys have, considering they are kicking the ball off, is to successfully get this onside. So let's see what happens right now. Onside's up. It is too hard, and the Patriots will return this one. Get the ball back, and the Patriots are making their way into the Super Bowl to play the Texans. Texans and Patriots is up next for the 4th ever 32-team Super Bowl. Let's go to that. Okay, Texans are really far into their own territory in Super Bowl. 27-26, they get a first down with 1 minute and 40 seconds left. They can go for a game-winning drive, or they can lose this one by 1. 27-26, first down and 10 for the Texans after this. Texans go no huddle, 1 minute and 25 seconds left. 3 timeouts on the board for both teams. Texans, Deshaun Watson drops back, looks for a short pass, and he gets taken down fast. It's a bad play for the Texans, not getting out of bounds and only getting 3 yards. Drains the clock even more for what could be a Patriots win in this Super Bowl. We're down to 1 minute now, and 2nd down and 7. Texans are going to have to run another no-huddle play. Hopefully, get a good pass out in midfield. Maybe attempt a field goal later on, but let's see. We're down under 1 minute now. Deshaun Watson fakes a handoff, looks for pass, runs out, runs to the first down, just the 20-yard line, to the 30-yard line, slides down. We're down to 50 seconds now. First down and 10 at their own 30. Time is still ticking. No timeouts have been called yet. Texans have 400 yards of offense, but are still down in this game. Timeout still not called. 40 seconds left. They do no huddle. It's 35 seconds now. Horrible time management. 3 timeouts. Deshaun Watson needs about 40 yards for an attempt of a field goal. He decides to run again. He's going to get all the way up to the 30. Decides to make a move. Gets the first down. Timeout is finally called. We're down to 24 seconds left. And they're up to the first down around the 40-yard line in their own territory. 2nd down and 1, actually. Okay, Deshaun Watson, 2nd down and 1. They're still in their own territory with about a quarter of a minute remaining. Drops back for the pass. And he throws a pick! And he throws a pick in that Super Bowl! And the Patriots are going to return it! And the Patriots are going to win this game! Deshaun Watson with a horrible pass throws it to the Patriots. And the Patriots have taken a Was it an 8.7 point lead. And I think the Patriots are going to win this game now. Okay, the final play of the Super Bowl. It needs to be a touchdown, then a 2-point conversion for the Texans. Really far back in their own territory. Just Watson throws this one fast. And this one is out. And just like that, the New England Patriots win the 4th ever 32-team Super Bowl, winning it 34-26. And my goodness, who had just thought the Patriots were winning out of all teams? And I'm pretty sure no one's happy for that. But Patriots win this one. Bracket should be put on the screen. It was a fun one. Thank you guys for watching the 4th one. I know I had to add a little bit of twist to it. The next time I do this for the 5th one, I'm going to do something even cooler. Stay tuned. It'll be about in a month or so. Alright, I'll see you guys later.